Teka lang guys, ha? Teka lang. Okay. Ginagawa ko kasing StreamYard. So, ang laman pa. Mm-hmm. Hello, Jason Mark. Teka lang, ma'am. Teka lang. Settings. Okay. Hintay lang ako ng additional na viewers. What? Sa upcoming National Heroes Day sa August 28, pwede ba mag-indignation rally against China? Angat buhay, DDS, BBM Lois, whatnot. Pakita nyo naman yung lakas ng makinarya nyo noong election at gamitin for a cause higher than ourselves. What the fuck are you talking about? Anong cause higher than ourselves? This is about us. Okay, gumagana yung audio. Hindi ko to pwede i-click. Teka lang. Wala talaga yun sa YouTube. Add ko nga rin kaya sa Twitter. Fuck China. Why, thank you. Teka lang, are you even subscribed to me? Huh, fuck China. Why, thank you, sir. Of course, stunning analysis. So I think it's enough viewers. So okay, ang goal ko dito is pag-usapan ko lang lahat ng mga articles na makikita ko tungkol sa China or anything China related, pag-uusapan ko. So that's what we're doing. So, pro-China political elite in the Philippines enables Chinese aggression in the West Philippine Sea. First of all, basahin mo natin yung article bago ako mag-assume ng ano man yung ibig nila sabihin nito. Efforts of the political elite in the Philippines to gain greater influence with the Chinese government have contributed to the apparent failure of bilateral talks to deter Chinese aggression in the West Philippine Sea, a political analyst said. First of all, meron bang is there any bilateral talk na nangyayari? I don't think so. I haven't seen any. So you're gonna have to tell me where this bilateral talk is. Anyway, political scientist Cleve Arguelles said this is the most recently illustrated in China's water cannon attack on members of the Philippine Coast Guard in less than a month after former President Duterte visited Chinese President Xi Jinping, a meeting which current President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. said he was aware of. Okay, teka lang. Actions by members of the political elite like Duterte who continue to weaken the country's territorial claims in its maritime row with China is a far bigger threat to our national security than China itself. Anong katarantaduhan to? So, yung threat mismo ay hindi si China, kundi yung mga propagandista. Yun essentially yung sinasabi niya dito eh. So, yung mga propagandista, mga ano lang nila, ano lang. I guess totoo yung sinasabi na sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. May ganun pala sa geopolitics. Duterte and his allies attempts to appease Xi Jinping by setting aside the landmark arbitral ruling and withdrawing from international efforts to strengthen rules-based international order. Ito yung buzzword, by the way. Rules-based international order. Didn't make the challenge to secure our waters easier, Arguelles added. Ongoing reclamation projects in Manila Bay also have project ties with a Chinese company blacklisted for helping Beijing build infrastructure and militarize artificial islands in the South China Sea. Pero ito talaga, sobrang tanga ng sobrang tanga nito. Sobrang tanga. Like, how do they weaken the country's territorial claims? All that Duterte did recently is magpunta sa China para dun sa museum na na-dedicate sa nanay niya. That's it. I mean, I guess kinausap niya rin si Xi Jinping. But I don't think this means na ine-enable si Xi Jinping na gawin niya yung mga ginagawa niya. And to be honest, hindi naman it's not necessarily Xi Jinping na nagko-command doon. Like, that's just the state of affairs. Tapos wala pang pinag-usapan sa kung ano ba talaga yung gagawin sa South China Sea. So, paulit-ulit tong mangyayari. Yung, ano ba yun ulit? Sa Chinese Coast Guard. Ito. This is just gonna keep happening until something changes. Until magkakaroon ng bilateral talks. So ito nga, katulad ng sinabi ko dito. Let me zoom this in. Ayan. Zoom it in enough. Yan. Okay. So ito yan. We just act nice. So ito yung ginawa ni Duterte, di ba? And to be honest, you can say whatever you want about what Duterte did. Na parang wala naman siyang in-establish na bilateral talks para pag-usapan kung ano dapat yung behavior sa South China Sea. But, we just act nice, but we are no closer to establishing where to draw the lines in the water. This is the root of the problem. They have territory that they feel is theirs, and we have territory that we feel belongs to us. This is basic territorial conflict 101. So, pwede niyong pag-usapan na syempre, parang walang justification yung claims ng China. Fine. Pero, I mean, mula sa context ng hindi pagkakaintindihan, kung parang pag-uusapan natin na may good faith dialogue sa China para hindi nila gawin to, we haven't established that. Para sabihin natin na, sinusubukan natin magpakabait, pero ginagawa pa rin to ng China. No. China's not gonna change their behavior just because we're nicer to them. You know what I mean? Sana naintindihan niyo yan. Anyway. Let me just wait for more viewers. Hello! Sino yung bagong viewer dito sa YouTube? Get out of West Philippine Sea. Kapag naayos natin yung territorial conflicts natin, sige. So again, magre-refer tayo sa sa territorial conflict. South China Sea. Alam mo, I must have shared this picture like 100 times. Sa pakikipag-argue sa mga tao, I have shared this picture so many fucking times. Seryoso. Okay. So, tingnan natin tong map na to. Yes, kung tutusin, China ang may pinaka-unreasonable na claim. That might be true. Pero kung tutusin, tignan mo yung Vietnam, tignan mo, nag-extend din malayo mula sa coastline nila. Tignan mo, Ho Chi Minh. Tapos, nag-extend pa nga sa atin. Tignan mo yung line na yan. Kung saan nag-intersect yung claim ng Pilipinas tsaka Vietnam. Nagana din sila eh. The fact is, kung ano man yung historical precedents nila, yun ang magdedeklara ng kanilang claim. And they want to claim as much maritime territory as possible based on historical precedent. Walang kinalaman yung kung ano man yung reasonable sa kanila. No! They want to claim what they feel they have a right to claim. You know what I mean? Ngayon, China may pinakamalaki. That's true. But that has nothing to do with like yung parang paangasan nila na dahil sila yung pinakamalaking bansa, sila yung may pinakamalaking claim. That is not the case. It's just that China has, yun nga, yung tinatawag nilang 9-dash line. So yun yung yun yung basehan nila sa sa claim na to. That they're claiming as far south as Malaysia, yung banda sa Malaysia. And in our case, itong itong EEZ na to, dineklara to ni Marcos eh. This wasn't necessarily based on historical precedent. Si Marcos nagdeklara na ito noong 1970. Teka. 1970, Marcos, EEZ. EEZ nautical miles. Magaling ako mag-search na ito. Teka, hindi yan. Although, that's kind of relevant, pero iba yan. Basta ang goal ko dito is pakita sa inyo kung ano ba talaga yung claim na ito. Marcos. At least in the case of the Philippines. 1970, Marcos, Philippines. Ay. Teka lang. 1970, Marcos, South China Sea territory. Oh my goodness. '97, the Presidential Declaration, South China Sea. On ito. This is what I was looking for. Okay. 1978. There we go. So this is actually what our claim is. And this is by far, sa totoo lang I do believe that we have the latest claim on what we think is ours. So ito yan ha. President Marcos, by virtue of Presidential Decree number 1596, asserted that islands designated as the Kalayaan Island Group and comprising most of the Spratly Islands are subject to the sovereignty of the Philippines. And by virtue of 1599, issued on June 11, 1978, claimed an exclusive economic zone up to 200 nautical miles from the baselines from which their territorial sea is measured. So yung 200 miles na yon, yung tinutukoy niya is ito, yung ganyan. Tapos it goes from here to there, tapos sa Palawan. So yan ang 200-mile push east. Ganun yun. More or less, yun ang, I'm sorry guys, yun ang kiniklaim nila. Ito talaga nakakaloko. So si Justin Vakisal, I believe he's naalala ko sinabi niya sa Twitter space na nasa Department of National Defense, I think. And sumali siya sa Twitter space namin a while ago. So, yun ang ginawa niya. Yun ang niya. Doon ko siya nakilala at doon ako naging familiar sa kanya. And, I don't agree with most of his takes in general. Pero syempre, hindi ko yung sinabi sa Twitter space kasi. Regular member ako doon. At ayoko sirain yung aura. Kahit hindi ako agree sa karamihan sinabi niya. Nagtanong pa rin ako ng questions just to keep the conversation going. Para lang may matanong ba? Natin kung may nag-comment dito. Nothing. Yung election at gamitin for a cause higher than ourselves. So, parang Parang existential crisis na ba ang China? Yeah. Sino manonood? Hemolyzed plasma. Nice. More power to you, sir. Thank you. Kay Justin Vakisal. Not to me. Okay. Okay lang. Sige. Understandable. Wow. 3 viewers ako sa YouTube. Okay. Yeah, ito si Justin Vakisal. Yeah. Follow him on Twitter if you like his views. Of course, hindi ako sangayon sa views niya. But, I will present both sides kasi I'm fair. Even though I don't agree. Ano bang pwede ko pag-usapan dito? Pag-usapan ko yung ito. And ito yung isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit ayokong mag-discuss ng mga issues sa South China Sea in general. Isa mga dahilan is sobrang daming ibang parang premises sa simula. Kaya parang magkakaiba yung starting points ng mga tao sa kanilang argument na parang walang nagkakasunduan sa kung ano ba dapat yung gawin. Magkakaiba yung facts nila. So gumawa ako ng parang post para lang ma-clarify lahat. As narrowly as possible. Tayatan, ang gulo mo mag-explain. Yes, thank you. Ganito kahirap. Hindi naman sa mahirap i-discuss. Kung sinasabi ko lang yung thoughts ko in verbatim as they are, na walang context, I can actually do that. Pero ayoko. I want this to be explained as simply as possible. But in this case, yung simple is yung ang daming extra na kailangan na context. So kung walang context, okay lang. But then maraming mamimiss na points. Okay, anyway, so itong Facebook post na to, if you're still watching, I made this. This is gonna be like, ito yung mga series of posts ko kung saan ina-explain ko yung point of view na China is actually acting in good faith, one. So yun ang isa kong ina-argue. And second of all, they are actually not they actually restraining themselves from doing more than what they need to para lang ma-preserve nila yung control nila sa South China Sea that they feel like they need to enforce. Kasi nga, 'di ba? They feel like it's theirs, and even though we don't agree, basta yun ang reality doon sa South China Sea. There are a lot of varying opinions and varying narratives that seem to be delivered by a majority regarding this. So we will go over them one by one. So ang nasulat ko pa lang dito in this case is yung sa China is unnecessarily invasive in how it deals with Philippines ships, even bullies Philippine ships, and they are not justified in doing so. So ito yung pinag-usapan ko, hindi yan. Ito yung pinag-usapan ko kagabi. Countering, ay na, maghintay na lang ako ng viewer. Hello. Okay, there's a what? There's a viewer. Countering China is acting in bad faith in the South China Sea narratives, Chapter 1. So ito yung post na ginawa ko sa Facebook kung saan in-explain ko yung view ko na yung at least tungkol sa nangyari kahapon, what happened isn't really that bad. I mean, yes, maraming nagreklamo, but hear me out for a second. Okay. So ganito yun. In terms of the severity of events happening, this is really bad. So yun ang claim usually ng mga tao kahapon na bakit pa ulit-ulit na lang ginagawa ito ng China? Bakit ganito ganyan? And simple answer is no, actually it's not as bad as what people what people in the Middle East or in other places, yung mga ibang bansa, yung mga ginagawa nila kumpara sa ginawa ng China isn't really that bad. First of all, hindi nila pinasabog yung boat. 'Di ba? Ano na lang parang gumamit lang sila ng water cannon or yung parang water blaster. So pang lang 'yon, pang deter lang 'yon. It's not necessarily para sirain yung boat. That's different. So ikukumpara natin yung ginawa ng China kahapon kumpara sa usual na ginagawa ng ibang bansa kapag meron silang conflict. Number 2, comment. Jesus. Nope. That doesn't count. Okay. So, ulitin ko yung point ko dito. In terms of the severity of events happening, is this really as bad as mainstream media makes it out to be? Simple answer is no. In fact, okay. So, ikumpara natin yung mga examples na nilagay ko dito. Iran and the US regularly confiscate each other's oil. What is the context for this? So, nung panahon ni Trump, dito yung pinakamalala nito yung Iran at saka yung US, kino-confiscate nila yung mga oil tankers na dumadaan sa Strait of Hormuz. So, tingnan natin dito Iran. Google Maps. Persian Gulf pala. Hindi Strait of Hormuz. Dito yung Strait of Hormuz. Ito yun Ayan, so ito yung Iran, Persian Gulf. Hindi pala Strait of Hormuz. Sorry. Persian Gulf. So, yung US, madalas silang nagpapatrol dito, pati na rin ang Iran, kasi ayun, yun yung Iran, nandiyan lang sila. So, nung panahon ni Donald Trump, yung Iran at saka yung US, madalas silang nag-aaway. And that's why madaming ano dito, nung time na yon, yung US, kino-confiscate nila yung mga oil tankers ng Iran. At yung Iran, ginagawa rin yun. Kino-confiscate niya yung mga oil tankers ng US. So, I would imagine that's pretty bad, di ba? May piracy na nangyayari. May ginagawa bang China ng piracy? Wala. I know. Hintay na lang ako hanggat may tao dito. Ay, nakakatamad.